I spent 21 years in the police, predominantly as a detective in serious and organised crime. It's probably the start of me becoming interested in communication and interviewing. I had the great opportunity to interview a lot of people about very complex crime, sometimes sensitive matters, quite often to a no comment, which then gave me the further opportunity to try and work out what the structure was of my interview. How am I going to ask questions? What time am I going to use? At what point am I going to introduce evidence? And then within my role, I took on the extra role of a TRIM practitioner. So within the police, PTSD is obviously a really significant risk. We're only now trying to get on top of that. So we have a peer-to-peer system whereby I was trained as a TRIM practitioner. So TRIM would be trauma risk management. And all the cops that go to really horrible jobs, fatal road crashes, sudden infant deaths, sudden deaths, have the opportunity to sit down and we would go through a structured interview whereby we could talk about what happened and what they think about what happened with a view to trying in some way to have some catharsis, but also to assess where they're at in terms of that level of risk of PTSD. And then finally, I trained as a negotiator. So initially as a crisis and hostage negotiator, and then further down the line, I did extra training in terms of kidnap negotiation. In terms of being able to bring examples today, it's really difficult. So I have to sanitize it a little bit in terms of names, places, tactics, techniques, and things like that. But hopefully what I'm going to do is bring together two different frameworks and an operational model that you may be able to use in your relationships going forwards.